Hello there, folks. Welcome back to Towns with Charon and Velerious.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Velerious. Unpausing the old Derpsville there. Right, let's crack on with some shit, shall we? We need to put another layer on this bad boy with windows. So I have to...
Did Krieger must not have anything to say about the windows?
Nothing recent, as far as I can tell.
Oh, no.
So I think we're okay. What are windows? The utilities? No. Are they furniture? Yes. Right.
All you gotta do is copy the windows from below.
Yeah. Pretty much.
No, you can't see it.
That's okay. It's fine. It's fine, baby. So, Velerious, we played some more D&D last night.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell people some of the highlights of what we did?
We killed a load of things, we escaped a dungeon, we went back to town, bought a load of stuff, picked on Jade. It was amazing. So,
we cleaned out the dungeon that we were exploring. We found the Ironstone that we'd gone there to find.
Yeah.
Which was basically, we were just doing that because basically Naxbeth wanted it, so we decided to steal it and sell it so that she can't have the funds. Even though we don't really know what she wants them for, or even really who she is yet.
Especially since all it does is stop you eating and drinking.
Yeah, the Ironstone itself, I mean, she just wanted the money from selling it. That was what the note said that we found.
Yeah.
She wanted the guy to get it and sell it so that she could use the money for whatever her plans were. Naxbeth is obviously the person that we assume is going to be the big bad guy of the whole thing, because it was her that sort of arranged the war between the houses that got all of Jerrick's house killed.
And Jerrick himself.
And Jerrick himself, so House Bannon is no more. So yeah, we cleared out the dungeon, and then we started making our way back through the Throat, which is the passage through the mountains, and got attacked by a polar bear, which very nearly killed my character again. I already lost Jerrick to an ogre. I almost lost Bulgan to a polar bear because it critted him and took him from 37 HP down to 3.
It almost killed me as well.
In a single hit. Yeah, it left you on 7 HP. But then we had the smart idea of like trying to scare it off with a stick from the fire. So we had Jade like intimidate it with a stick from the fire, which worked.
Problem was, if it didn't work, it would have slashed me and killed me, so I was like, Jade, get the stick, use it!
Well, Jade, in the end, was the one that took it down. And then we made it back to town, and we'd found this giant emerald on one of these orcs, so we sold that, and the Ironstone, and came out with it with like just over 3.5 grand each. So we were like, oh yeah, let's buy some stuff. So we went through, didn't we? What did you get? You got
enchanted long...
A plus one composite longbow.
That's masterwork.
And a ring of protection, which you looted from the dungeon.
Did I get something else? Did I plus one my chainmail or something?
No, I don't think you did in the end. I think you just had to save your cash. Bulgan got plus 1 breastplate and plus 1 heavy shield. And Jadey bought plus 1 half plate. So she basically came clanking into the tavern with this fucking enormous... Because Jade's like a 6 foot tall half elf. So she's basically now Brienne of Tarth.
I got my nice polar bear cloak.
Oh yeah, you had the skin of the polar bear turned into a cloak that you can wear.
With golden trims.
Yeah. And then that night you guys were in the inn having a bath, and Velerious managed to sneak in to Jadey's room and peek through the door and like spot her in the bath basically while she was bathing.
And she wouldn't stand up, so I had to like, disguise myself as the fucking tavern owner.
Yeah, you put on a fake voice pretending to be the taverner, the innkeeper.
I need to open this door as fast as you can.
Yeah.
Goes out the bath. Spot check.
Oh, please. But you managed to hotfoot it out of there before she spotted you. So she's none the wiser of what actually happened.
She knows.
That was pretty cool. And then you found a letter waiting for you from Black Lily, the woman who runs the Thieves Guild, asking you to drop something off in noon because the king has like asked you guys to... is sending a wagon to noon with some legal documents in, like the whole year's sort of tax documents and census information and shit like that. But the food wagons keep getting attacked by orcs, and he doesn't want the paperwork to get attacked by orcs because it's like quite important. So he's hired you guys to protect it. So in the meantime, Lily said, "Could you drop off a package for her if you're going to noon?" Which you've agreed to. And the priest of Pelor asked Jadey just to drop off a letter to the Temple of Pelor as well.
I didn't really agree. It was under my bed. I couldn't really leave it there.
Well, yeah, she made a bit of an assumption there, Velerious. She just sort of left the package under your bed with a note saying, "Drop this off in noon for us, babes."
Or else I'll stab you.
Well, that wasn't... She didn't say that.
She specifically said the stabbing line.
Was it implied, maybe, that, do it or else I'll stab you?
Stab you, you little bastard. Yeah, well, also, as well, it's like, Jade's character does not like me at all. Which is so not fair, considering that I'm basically a teenage kind of like halfling who's, I think I'm 2'7".
Yeah, pretty much.
And she's like 6 foot something, so really I'm just like this small little teddy bear thing that follows around.
And she does sort of look down on you a little bit as well. Figuratively and literally. Bulgan sort of likes you.
She's just a fucking racist, and that's what she is. Doesn't like the halflings. The halfling shout rights are getting.
And then when the orcs actually attacked the caravan as well, Velerious was taking some incredibly long sniper shots with the bow, and like it was basically just sort of tagging them as they came, and then Jade summoned her spiritual weapon at like long distance, and as they approached, it's like they took an arrow from Velerious, then a bonk from the spiritual mace, just like picking them off one by one.
They killed about 3 of them with that tactic, and then Bolgan was like really pissed off because he wanted to kill things.
Yeah, he did knock one of them out though, so we could get a little bit of information. We interrogated him. But none of us speak Orcish, so we had to speak to him in common. And the Orc didn't speak that much common, so it was a bit of a confusing conversation.
Are you going to do your Orc voice?
No, I'm not doing the Orc voice.
I think you should do the Orc voice. Your throat might recover by now. Come on.
It really hurt my throat doing the Orc voice.
Come on, do the Orc voice. No. Just a little.
It's very loud and peaky as well. It'll really peak on the Orc.
No. Just turn away from it for a second. Do the Orc voice.
Tag the Orc. He was, what did he say?
It's all dead.
Yeah, it was like... It's all dead. Orc need food.
Yeah, it was great. I thought Tag was amazing.
He was pretty cool.
Everyone killed him.
Well, Bulgan and Jade agreed to kill him because after we knocked him unconscious, and then Jade healed him so that we could interrogate him. But then we were like, "Well, what do we do with him?" And obviously, Bulgan's a dwarf, so he dislikes orcs massively.
Yeah.
And orcs are evil, not necessarily evil, but they're not nice. And so Jadey was up for killing them as well, in the name of Pelor.
They smell little poopy things.
You weren't too arsed, you just sort of like turned your back on it as well. We fucking chopped his head off, Bulgan took his head off. That was pretty cool.
Villagers. Did you see that?
What?
One was stood where he wanted to put a block.
Okay.
That ginger guy was stood there, right? He put a block down and just stood there, and the other guy came and he had a block. He tried to step up and couldn't for some reason.
Yeah.
And then, like, he must have stepped up and put the block down at the same time.
I've just realised, because he can't walk over windows, he's temporarily trapped up there.
The ginger guy just walked over him.
Did he?
Yeah. Look, the ginger guy's gone. Also, he could do that other step down there, if he couldn't walk over him. Okay. You're thinking of the other one, the thin windows. They can walk over these windows.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, she's...
Oh, yeah, they can. Okay, fine. I was wondering why they're just staying up there.
Because they're townies, Sharon, and you do this every time they do anything.
They're all bringing scaffolding now.
They put a block down, they cry, and then you go, oh God, put scaffolding everywhere. It's all about. I'm sorry, guys.
Okay, take that scaffolding away. Don't need it anymore.
Okay, boss, I thought you needed the scaffolding, though.
There we go, it's down. It's fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it, Velerious.
They stand there for a while because they're trying to think of what to do next. And to be honest, if it's like the code that's in Stonehearth, if you watch the lure thing, where it's like showing you everything that's kind of going on, where town is to think of things to do and such, it's like at this moment here, they have gone, right, well, I need to do this task. Now I need to put the 100 possibilities of pathfinding to get back there, then narrow that down to the one that I can actually do. And usually it just goes with the first one, which is the one that goes around the entire thing.
Out halfway up the fucking scaffolding. What is all that about?
Because for some strange reason they seem to have like mental thoughts of a human.
Yeah, I think they have like ADD, like
I think
attention deficit disorder. They just sort of get halfway up the scaffolding and go, what is that?
It's like Sims, isn't it? They've just seen a Simbot.
Yeah.
Oh God, a Simbot! I've lived with it my entire life. Oh.
Exactly.
Simbots. Killing Sims since 1942.
Simbot's fucking up your plans. Going to school, oh my God, a Simbot. Just gonna sit on the couch and read a book.
It was so annoying as well, because you get a Simbot and you'd be like, great, this can now do everything. It can clean the house, it can paint, it can do everything, it can bring in its own money.
Teach my children to potty.
And then every single time it did anything, everyone was like, oh my God, a Simbot, oh Jesus Christ.
It was annoying.
It's like, I'll teach the kid how to do potty, puts it on there, it learns about 2 steps, and then goes, oh my God, a Simbot, oh Jesus Christ. God damn it, baby.
So it's the babies were the only things that didn't freak out over it.
Damn babies.
Goddamn babies.
Sim babies, the best ones. Have you seen the new Sims then? The gaming thing that you can do on it?
What?
If you buy a PC now, you can start live streaming games on the new Sims.
Really?
You could get donations as well.
Wow. So it's got like built-in streaming capabilities.
And you can, as you're doing...
Considering EA is so un-YouTube friendly.
No, not like that. I mean, your sim.
Your sim.
Your sim has the capability of becoming a Twitch streamer.
I was going to say, because it always wound me up that like The Sims had a built-in video recording thing. When you played The Sims 3, and presumably The Sims 4, you could record video directly from it.
Yeah.
It had built-in capabilities for that. But then they don't like you putting it on YouTube. They have a paddy and bring it down, and it's like... And then they always go, oh, we encourage you to make YouTube videos on it. And then they're like, oh, but we're also going to issue with this copyright strike because fuck you.
Yeah.
That was annoying as shit.
EA Sports.
EA, we don't give a shit about you or anything you're trying to do.
EA Sports, don't challenge us.
EA Sports, challenge everything except us.
EA Sports, you challenge us, I'm going to kick you in the balls. No, EA, no.
They're so shit as a company.
Well, that's EA for you. They won, like, worst company in the world for, like, 17 years or something in there.
It's just annoying that it doesn't seem to stop them making money, you know what I mean?
But the funniest thing was, when they won that award for, like, the worst company in the world, right, and they were like, oh shit, we have to stop winning this award. Someone else then won it, and they went, great, we've not won it because we've brought out that Plants vs. Zombies. Smacking the microtransactions! Everyone, we're best company now!
Yeah, not realising that it just means they're the second worst company.
Well, they've now come the first again, if I remember correctly. I think the one that took them over was the one that went into liquidation, the one that did Saints Row, THQ.
Oh, was it?
I'm sure that was the one that 1 year actually beat EA as the worst company,
and
went into liquidation and died.
It did die on its arse.
And I think EA now is probably going back there.
It really does serve them right. They were bastards.
EA's plan is just to keep holding out, right, until everyone else has gone into liquidation except them. And then be like, we're the worst, but also the best company because there is no others.
We are also the only company left alive.
The worst, the best, the only. EA Sports.
So everyone at the moment seems to be playing the old XCOM 2, Velerious.
I'm not getting any spoilers. I'm not even looking at it.
I'm thinking I might just check out with you and playing it just to see if I actually want it.
Don't do it.
Because it's like, I sort of want it, okay, but it is 35 quid.
Yeah.
And I get the feeling that just like last time, it might get an expansion. So I might wait and see if they immediately bring out, like, you know, like they did with XCOM Enemy Unknown, and then they brought out Enemy Within. Because... I mean, Enemy Unknown and Enemy Within were brilliant, okay, until they broke it and it didn't work anymore. It still doesn't work for me. I can't get it to fucking play on either version. And I'm like, I don't want to go through that again. So I sort of messaged, I've heard there's some bugs in there, that it's a bit crashy.
What, XCOM 2?
Yes. Yeah, so I messaged Kalak, who's got it. And
every game does that nowadays.
I was like, give me some info on what it's like, but he hasn't got back to me yet.
Every game nowadays does that, though, for some strange reason. It just seems to be a thing that happens.
But it's made me really tentative to actually buy it, because I sort of want it.
But you show me a game that, when it comes out, has no bugs within the past few years. Not like from when we were younger, where if you brought out a game with bugs, you couldn't auto-patch it online, so everyone panicked because no one would buy your game because it had bugs in it.
Well, and the irony is that was what made original XCOM so popular.
Exactly.
Because original XCOM wasn't hard on purpose. When it was released, it was accidentally all the difficulty settings were hardcore mode. There was no easy setting. So if you picked easy, you were still playing on hardcore. And it was like, that's why it was so fucking hard. And obviously there was no way of patching it back then.
Exactly.
And that was, ironically, what made it so much fun, because it was hard as nails.
They had better checking back then, because if you remember correctly, when you have, like, say, nowadays, if you brought out a Pac-Man remake, and the fourth ghost didn't chase you, then, 2 weeks, they could probably fix that.
2 weeks?
They'd be fine. Well, you know what companies are like, Sharon. You take a week for people to go, the fourth ghost, and then you take 5 days answering them, and then you take a day patching it.
If you're serious about it, and you do your patching properly, you can get away with it. Just look at Magicka. It didn't even work on launch day. It was just completely broken, and yet everyone still bought it because they said, we're going to patch this up every day for the next 7 days. There's going to be a patch that fixes everything you can find wrong with the game, starting from now, go. And they did it, and they patched it up, and it was a good game. I liked it.
As I say, games like that nowadays, they can be brought out like that. So every new game that you hear has bugs in, it's not even unusual anymore. It's quite common to have a new game brought out that, even if it's AAA, it's got bugs in. Things that just don't work, or things that are really buggy. Assassin's Creed, when that came out, bet you any money that had bugs in the first day it was brought out.
Yeah,
there'd be no way for them to get past that. Because the only other way to get past that would be quality assurance.
Yeah.
And they spend another few months making the game, checking out the bugs, sorting it all out so it's perfect. But they don't want to do that, Sharon. They want to make money. And to make this money, you put out the game as fast as you can and go, don't worry guys, we'll fix it. Then go on to the next project.
And then, but then the point is you're supposed to actually fix it and not just, like, leave it.
Well,
like, I mean, and the worst thing is Firaxis have got a bit of a terrible record for this. There was the Civ 5 for like a year and a half. There was that bug where you could alter a trade in multiplayer without the other person being able to reject it. So if someone sent you a trade request, you could say, okay, change it, give me all your cities, and then it would just do it. It would just give you all their cities. They didn't even get a chance to confirm or deny the altered trade.
Yeah.
And they just ignored it for like a year and a half. You know, the XCOM thing, XCOM's been broken for like 2 years now, and it just doesn't work. I mean, some people seem to have no problems with it, and others, we can't get it to launch. It just crashes to desktop the moment you launch it, and they've done nothing about it.
The thing is, some games, though, there's bugs that, like, even the people who make them just don't know what to do about it. Like, Tropico 5 is actually rated very positive on Steam at the moment, and to be honest, Calypso do not have the best record.
No.
Tropico is a massive DLC piece of shit, and to be honest, what they brought out in this one was multiplayer, which is still pretty much broken.
Yeah.
Because of the lag, the latency, things like that happening. And they've tried their hardest to kind of like, you know, capping the populations, checking people's internets, trying to go around some way to make it not lag as much when you've got massive cities. And there's just no way to do it.
Yeah.
Honestly, there's just no way to stop it kind of doing it. The easiest way to do it is when you start noticing any lag, immediately save and go back in.
Yeah.
And it just resets everything and you just start over again.
But it's less than ideal solution, you know what I mean?
It is, yeah.
It's the kind of thing where really you need to iron those bugs out before you even think about releasing something like that.
Things like that. They should do. What game was it that if it was going to crash, it knew it was going to crash and it saved first?
Torchlight 1. That was genius. I don't know. I still don't know how they did that. But Torchlight 1. Okay, if you put a few mods on, it got a bit crashy from time to time. But amazingly, it never lost your save data. When you crashed, when you reloaded your save, you were right where you were before you crashed. As though it had preempted the crash and saved your game for you. It was mind-blowing. And even Torchlight 2 doesn't do that. It's like, I don't know why they stopped doing that. Maybe they don't know how it did it in the first place. Maybe it was just something accidental, but it was incredible that it would it would never set you back. If it crashed, you automatically restarted exactly where you were when you crashed.
I think the other thing is as well,
it was mad.
Accessibility is what they fear. And they want you to continue playing even while a crash is like being recovered from.
Yeah.
And I think Torchlight just didn't bother recovering. If you were going to crash, you were going to crash. So they just stopped everything, saved, and then like crashed it.
Exactly. And then you just reloaded your game and you were exactly where you needed to be.
Every other company's like, we don't want to do that. We want to find a way to fix this crash. So it will fix that crash.
It was a good system. It meant your save file was safe. And that was the good thing because like when you're investing a lot of hours in a game, because that had...
Go in the shack.
It had like legacy... it had like a legacy system, so like your character would pass down heirlooms to their character, so your save file would eventually end up being quite large. You would have like, you know, centuries worth of heroes on there that you've invested a few hundred hours into, and it's like you don't want to lose that save. Because I used to have the same problem with Sims 3. Every third generation, every time I got to the third generation of my Sims, the save file would corrupt. And I even started doing layered saves, so I'd alternate save A, save B, save A, save B, and then it would crash. Your save would be corrupt, and when you go and try reload your backup, that's corrupted as well. And it's like, how? When I'm investing this much time into a game, these save files need to be uncorruptible or backed up in some way that I can recover from them. Which Torchlight did. It never corrupted my save. I must have crashed so many times because I got to the point where I was playing with about 15 mods active. And even then, it wasn't that crashy. It would crash maybe, you know, once every couple of hours.
The major issues.
And I knew my save file was safe.
Some things as well do unnecessarily like complicated things that would like you were just saying, it wouldn't be a big save file for Torchlight. But during the game as well, Torchlight don't really track that much. Where some games track a lot of things during a game.
Yeah.
So again, to go back to Tropico, right? Every single person is thinking something. You get 1,000 citizens. Every citizen is thinking things.
Yeah.
Like, oh, food wasn't that good today. I'm starving. Or, oh, I don't really like El Presidente, I'm a rebel.
But, I mean...
And you have to kind of, like, take it to fact as maybe that's what slows everything down, because they're doing too much.
To a degree, although, obviously, you know, you're saying they're thinking, they're not really thinking. They're like,
well, no.
Pick something off this text file and place it here, you know what I mean?
That sounds okay.
Roll 1d1000, pick an item, put it on.
That sounds okay for one person.
Yeah.
100 people. Not when you got to 5,000 people and all of them are having to do that every second. Because these are like proper updates.
Yeah.
They don't just update every 5 minutes or so. They update quite a lot. So it's like constantly, you know, you're thinking about what all that is doing. And then they've got all like the factions and things that, you know, they have their own like outside things that they're thinking. All goes into the almanac. So it's like there's so much that happens in some games compared to others.
Right. We need to think about doing the roof next.
Well, we can ask Craig Gumson.
So yeah, basically, where we're at now, we need to pick a roof and roof this bad boy off. And I was going to do like a layered roof if we can. So I would do like a roof like this and then maybe put more roof on top of it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping to do. But I'm going to pause Derpsville and we're going to leave it there because I think that's a good position to leave it in. The mansion now, 2 floors completed, and all we need to do is do the roof. So, if anyone's got any ideas on the roof, let us know. We'll try and give you some time, but obviously, you know, as soon as this video goes up, if you can leave a reply straight away, we can get on with the next episode, sort of thing.
Don't sit there and think about it too much, you know, just throw it in. This is my first idea, in case my second idea is shit.
We'll just quickly show you your options. So you've got the straw roof, which I don't think is going to look that good. The coloured roofs could look pretty good. The old stone roof, I don't think suits this that well. Wooden roof, maybe?
Wooden roof's possible.
It might look quite nice. Clay roof could look quite nice.
I don't think it will.
I don't think the market roof will look good.
I don't even like the clay roof on the fucking other place we've done.
No, I quite like that.
No, I don't like it. It looks a bit crappy, really.
Wow.
It really does.
Or maybe one of the coloured shingle roofs.
Especially the corners. Nice. It's the corners that really piss me off.
In fact, did we use purple? Oh, yeah, we used purple on the tavern, didn't we?
Yeah, but that was black, so it really suited it.
Yeah. Yeah, so anyway, have a think about it, guys. But we're going to leave it here. If you want to say bye-bye to everybody, Velerious.
Bye-bye.
We'll see you next time, guys. Bye-bye.